I have been financially not doing great. I am a
Mm.
nurse. Even though I am a nurse and I make good money, I don't have money, which is
Wow.
the sad part because of the choices that I've made still currently and the choices that I've made like previously, like from a couple of years. I am in credit card debt, and it's this unhealthy cycle that I have been putting myself into, and this just relationship with money has just never been something that I was talked about. Lifestyle
True.
creep is definitely a thing, and
I want to say this real quick because I was in credit card debt about close to $35,000, and it is very easy to get in credit card debt, especially when you are given access to something that you don't really understand, especially when you're young. And then you have to think about also that because you don't understand it, you don't understand the interest rate, you don't understand payment cycles, you don't understand statement dates, all these things. They use these words because they know that really and truly a lot of us don't understand it. So we'll also feel because if you go to a bank and you open up an account, you get a debit card and you see a credit card, you kind of mistake what credit and debit means. So only until you get a little older and wiser, or because when you go through something like what this young lady is going through, is when you realize that, oh snap, this is real.
especially when you are trying to make a brand for yourself, when you're
True.
aspiring to do something that you want to do, and content creation has been something that I've always wanted to do. Being a YouTuber has always been something I want to do. I've always just wanted to be on camera. I've always just wanted to make a name for myself, whether it be
I hear
like
that.
through content creation, being a YouTuber, being an entrepreneur, like whatever it may be. I always felt like I was meant to do something other than nursing. And so I think for years I have been continuously like, going with the trends and like, buying whatever everyone else buys so that like I can post about it and like, be seen. But then I get caught up with imposter syndrome of not being enough. For in order for me to become someone, I guess I was influenced by everyone else around me. So if I bought the next best thing, or if I like looked a certain way by buying these clothes, then I was gonna make an image, a brand for myself. And that turned into like so many like dumb purchases, like
One thing, what they say, keep it up with the Joneses. It's real. It's real. Even with us young people, it's real. Some people would feel, especially on social media, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. She said she wanted to be a content creator. She's shout out to her. She is doing has done this TikTok. Okay, her name is it's K Lad M. So shout out to her. Really appreciate her being open about this. A lot of people keep these things hidden or keep these things inside. They don't really want to talk about like the things that happened to them, why they got into debt, what is going on with them. Like she said, she's a nurse. Now, we don't know how much she's making, but depending on where she's living, she could be making six figures. But with her even making six figures, she's still in credit card debt. She mentioned something before about lifestyle creep. You have to think about it saying that, well, if you live in California and your rent for a damn studio apartment is $2,500 a month, plus California taxes, plus federal taxes, plus food, plus transportation. She has a car. All these things is going to creep up, creep up, creep up. And you're not going to be able to save any money. And then you're going to have to say, okay, well, I'll just use this credit card to get me over for the month. But then you don't understand that some of these credit cards have a whopping APR, average percentage rate, or APY, average percentage yield of 25%, 26%. I've seen some cards as high as 35%. You may never get out of debt, especially if you're only paying the minimum payment. when the minimum payment is like 1 or 2%, these credit card companies know what they're doing. They know how to screw us over. And shout out to her once again for being open, being honest, and just telling her story. Dude, I have stories to tell about me with credit card debt. I'm no longer in credit card debt because I've learned, 15 years ago, the dangers of credit card debt, and I worked tirelessly. I was working 80, 90 hours a week to pay off my credit card debt. But I would never get back in that again. And I wouldn't wish that. Well, I would wish it on my worst enemy, of course, but I wouldn't wish it on people, regular people who are just trying to make it and trying to be doing what they got to do. My brothers and sisters, I want to just take this short break to ask you or to thank you for watching my video up to this point. I really appreciate it. I know that you can watch anybody else. There's so many different channels, commentary channels, reaction channels out here. They're a dime a dozen, but you're choosing to spend your valuable time with me, and I really appreciate that. When I ask you, can you do me this favor? Can you please like this video, watch the video all the way through, make comments after if you feel like that's important for you, and last but not least, if you're not subscribed to this channel, I'd really appreciate it if you do subscribe. Reason being, I'm a new YouTuber and I'm trying to grow, and I'm trying to reach over 1,000 subscribers and get 4,000 watch hours so I can become monetized one day. But I could only do it with your help. So please, help a brother out. Thank you for watching. Let's get back to it.
Along the way that I'm like literally paying for now. And don't get me wrong, I have been trying to get myself together when it comes to my finances, because obviously, like, I have money to pay my bills. I have money to like pay down the minimums on my credit cards. But a lot of the times I don't take into account like, money like for myself and money to, just enjoy life. And most of the time, like, I'm struggling to even do that. So I think I've reached my breaking point. Enough is enough. Like, living paycheck to paycheck, living with like the credit card debt and like the afterpays and everything, like I'm done. Like, I'm so done. I want to be financially free. Like, I don't want to have to worry about like, if I'm gonna be able to eat. I just don't want to be in this cycle anymore, because it's like, I want to travel, I want to buy a house, I want to get married, like all of these things. Like, it's just like, it's not possible until I take this step of paying off my debt. And not just paying off my debt, but like being financially literate and just understanding you can't always have your wants. You have to prioritize like your needs. And
listen, she is opening her heart and she is telling really what's going on with her. I like what she said about that damn afterpay. I'm telling you, these corporations, they don't give a damn about us. They are making it harder for us. A lot of these things happened since the pandemic. They're making it harder for us to live. Everything is going up, but your pay is just going up real slow. And you got, Uncle Powell from the Fed. You got Uncle Biden, Auntie Harris, and now going to be Uncle Trump again. Like, what are they really going to do for us? Are they going to increase the minimum wage so that these jobs now have to make sure that when you have particular skills, they got to pay you more? When you hear people talking about, oh, the minimum wage needs to stay a certain way. No, the minimum wage is a buffer to say, okay, hey, look, this, you can't pay less than this. But people who have more skills than the people with minimum skills, they get paid even more. But it's crazy to see the things that's going on, especially when you hear that, she's trying to do things for her life, but she can't really afford it. It could be where she's living. Maybe she might have to relocate and do things a little different. But if you try to relocate, let's say she's in California and she's getting, let's say, $150,000 as a nurse. If she was to relocate to, let's say, North Carolina, she definitely not going to get $150,000. She might get $75,000. And then because of the type of cost of living in that area, which is going up because people are moving from high cost area to those areas there, that those areas are gonna be costing more, and now she's gonna be back in the same predicament. It's ridiculous, man. This is sad. It is.
Sometimes like I rationalize like my needs, my wants to make them seem like their needs, and I just need to get out of this toxic like mindset. Like it sucks. And I'm not making this an excuse, but I guess like impulsivity and like shopping addiction is part of ADHD. And sometimes I hate it. Like sometimes I like get mad at myself for having this ADHD and is the reason why I'm in this situation. But at the same time, it's like I need to remember, what can I do now to just like get myself out of this hole. So the reason I'm crying on the internet is to show people that like seriously, like do not like, I understand that, you know, I'm trying to be an influencer, I'm trying to be a content creator, and that goes with like promoting products, but like literally live within your means and only buy like if you have the money for it. Right. Stop klarning, stop affirming, stop afterpaying, like stop just swiping the credit card, because like yeah, it may be fun like in the moment, but literally you will regret it if that stuff like just racks up and it's like years down the line and you're still paying for that purse that you bought like 4 years ago. Life is too freaking short for us to be paying money on stuff that we bought like a couple years ago. Life is too short for us to be paying for materialistic things. Instead, we should be paying for experiences, for like adventures and whatever it may be, like new life like chapters. And I don't know, buying the next best thing is not worth your mental health. Buying the next best thing is not worth the emotional and financial burden that you're going to experience if you can't pay it off right away.
True.
If you're watching this and you are also in the same boat, like you are not alone. This stuff is hard to navigate, and not a lot of people like talk about the realness about being in credit card debt or like even student loans. Like I don't even want to think about like the student loans that I have and like my car loan. Like that's another thing in itself.
Wow.
But if you're watching this all the way through, the one thing that I can say is that if you're going into 2025 with debt, specifically credit card debt, please make a plan to like get out of it, because I know I am, because I can't do it anymore. It's not cute anymore to just put it on the credit card or like I'll do some installment payments. It's not cute anymore.
No, it's not.
You're gonna continue these habits, and it's gonna take you so much longer to, one, pay for it, but two, unlearn those habits of.
Let me tell you something, guys. She is opening up to us on the internet. Shout out to her. Shout out to It's K Latham. Let me tell you, credit cards is no joke. It's no joke. And she said not only is she in credit card debt, she's in student loan debt. Then she has a car loan. So she has car loan debt. I'm telling you, all it is they want you to work and they extract your money. Just take. They don't want you to really save. They don't want you to really retire. They want you to work until you die, because they want you to keep having stuff that really and truly, when you think about it, do you really need it? She said something that was very important. She said, I'd rather us pay for experiences instead of materialistic things. I agree. Me, I'm a minimalist. I wasn't always this way, but I became a minimalist once I started to really understand that a lot of the crap that I was buying, I did not need. I did not need it. You know, I have the same clothes that I've had for years. Now, of course, I would buy new clothes when needed, right? And, you know, my girl, she buys me things and stuff like that, and I really appreciate it. But if I was just single, I would just have the same clothes. I would buy only when needed. And that has helped me get out of debt just being able to just make sure, okay, hey, look, I take care of my kids and that's it. But it's crazy to see what's going on and how we as a people, we're going through this. Shout out to her. My heart goes out to her. And I know there's a lot of us Americans and people around the world that's going through debt and going through a lot of struggles because of, just being in this cycle of debt, getting something, putting it on the card, debt, taking out a loan, this, that, and third. It's just ridiculous. And I hope that all of us be able to one day rid ourselves of all the debt so that we can finally live. We can finally take that breather and just be able to say, I am now free. My brothers and sisters, thank you so much for watching this video up until this point. I really, really appreciate it. I understand that there's so many different channels that you can watch, but you took the time to watch me. And I'm telling you something, I know your time is valuable and I really appreciate it because you are valuable. I love you and I care about you. Let me ask this favor for you. Can you please like the video if you found my commentary or reaction worthy of it? Make some comments. Tell me if you're in credit card debt and you're trying to get out of it, how are you trying to get out of it? Or if you're not in credit card debt and was in it before, you can tell us in the comment section how you got out of it. What did you do? I would greatly like to hear from you because let me tell you something, your voice is valuable. And last but not least, if you're not subscribed to this channel, I'd greatly appreciate it if you do subscribe. Reason being, I'm a new YouTuber and I'm trying to grow. And I'm trying to reach over 1,000 subscribers and get 4,000 watch hours so I can become monetized. I only do it with your help. So please, help a brother out. Thank you for watching. Be safe. Have a wonderful day. Peace.